Hey, welcome back to the channel. This one is a little bit different because I'm doing this intro on my phone, and the clips that you're gonna see after are gonna be vertical. So I apologize for that. But they are a collection of 10 TikToks that I made the other day. I just batch recorded all of them. So if you're interested in that process or you wanna know more about TikTok, I think it's a ripe field. I know some other guys are making some real headway for Christian audiences and reaching people in a place that can get pretty dark. Anyways, I'm encouraged by those who are trying to make a difference for Jesus on that platform, and I've joined their ranks. So you can go check it out if you'd like, but here are the 10 TikToks I made in 9 minutes. God bless, and if you're on the channel, I'd love for you to connect. You remember when people used to do this hashtag? Christians have created a ton of really funny, sometimes unnecessary, sometimes ridiculous hashtags. And there's one that just bothers me. When someone writes about their beautiful life and their beautiful home and their beautiful family, and then they go on vacation and they show you their beautiful vacation, and then they write hashtag blessed. This is what that communicates. If you don't have the perfect looking family, the perfect looking life, that you're hashtag unblessed. Instead of just sharing what is great and big and awesome, if you're one of the people who write hashtag blessed about everything, I want you to also include difficult moments and use that same hashtag. I dare you to do that. Say, but I am blessed anyways. That's a more realistic expectation someone can have with a life with Christ. But it is oh so worth it because it pays off for eternity. It makes you better at life, but it doesn't always mean everything works out the way that you want. After all, God is sovereign and He's worth following. Do you have anyone in your life that's just really encouraged you? Someone who's just been there through thick and thin, someone who has believed in you and said you can do it? In one of my Bibles, I keep a picture of that person with me. That's my mom and me, and I keep it in this part of my Bible because it's in 1 Timothy, a letter written from the Apostle Paul to one of the people he's training up. And in it, he writes these words. 1 Timothy 4, verse 12. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity. I want to encourage you, take Paul's advice seriously. Just because you're young doesn't mean you have to be dumb. Just because you're young doesn't mean you have to make a bunch of mistakes. Some people think you got to get it all out of your system. You don't. You can be wise and you can set an example for people even older than you. So don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. TikTok friends, a lot of you are young. Don't set a bad example. Set a good example. Come on, there are kids looking up to you. I hope that encourages. I just want to give you one quick word of encouragement today. It's very simple, and it's this, and you may have forgotten it, maybe you knew it at one time. If you didn't know it, maybe this is news, but I want to let you know of 3 things that are very important for you to understand. God knows your name. God loves you, and He wants a relationship with you. Relax in that, rest in that. Know that He's loving you, that He's been pursuing you, that He's been supporting you, that He's been working with you and in you and through others. And guess what? It's time. It's time. So why don't you stop what you're doing and turn to Him and say, okay, Jesus, I'm ready. I surrender. That's what He wants. And guess what happens? God takes full responsibility for a life fully surrendered to Him. So surrender, and He'll take responsibility for your life. It's a beautiful thing. God bless you, and I hope you rest in His grace and peace today. So I have this whole YouTube channel where I talk about parenting and leadership and share our adventures as a family, and it's a lot of fun, and I get to teach a lot of really cool lessons, and I get text messages and emails and things about how it's helping people, and I love that. But I also want to help you, TikTok. That's right, you. I'm talking to you. I'm just trying to give you a couple of quick videos to help your life as well. So if you want some encouragement on here, I'd love for you to talk to me. Tell me you want more. I want to give you one quick thing to encourage you to kind of whet your appetite. Romans 12, verses 9 and 10. Love must be sincere. Hate what is evil, cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in brotherly love. And honor one another above yourself. Honor. I got a whole vlog coming out about that, but you can go to YouTube for that. My son has played baseball since he was 3 or 4 years old, and now he's 10. Last year, they won the championship, and he was a part of the championship team. And this year, leading up to baseball, you know what he said? I don't want to do it. He's not as interested as we thought he was. Sometimes parents will force their kids to push through that disinterest. We have decided, let's go with what he's interested in. So he wants to learn guitar. He's got a lot of interests that he's pursuing. Even though his grandpa was drafted, even though his uncle is a coach with Baylor, baseball runs in the family, but he doesn't want to play. He's gonna have his own things that he's interested in. And I just want to encourage you, if you got kids, then let them pursue their passions, let them pursue their gifting, and it's okay. But ultimately, if you're a Christian parent, help them find their identity in Christ, not their interests, not their leisure activities, not their sports, not their academics, not their music, not their artistry, and definitely not TikTok. So I have this app on my phone. It's the Bible app, the YouVersion Bible app, and every day there's a daily verse of the day. It's just one verse that's picked out, and they put that in front of millions of people every single day. So today's verse of the day is Matthew 7:7. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you. That's a promise Jesus preaches, and you know what's really important about that? He's giving us a principle, and the principle is what you focus on, what you are constantly striving for, and what you ask for is what you're going to find in the end. So if you are focusing on selfish things, guess what? You're going to find yourself at the end of yourself. And at the end of your life, you're only going to have yourself to show for yourself. Say that 3 times fast. So I want to encourage you, seek what is eternal, seek what matters, and you will find it. Seek God, seek Christ, follow Him. As a former youth pastor and now a church planter and pastor, I have had the opportunity to work with so many high school and college students. What I found is that so many people discount their value because of their youth. They discount your ability to give value to the mission of Jesus Christ through the local church. No, that's not true. You are so valuable. In fact, some of the best volunteers I've ever worked with were high school age and college age. In fact, I meet with 4 college age students at 6:15 a.m. twice a month. Guess what? You got it in you too. I believe in you, and I believe you have something of value to add to the local church and the mission of the church. Don't trust people who put you down, who say, oh, this generation, and there's something wrong with them. Don't listen to those voices. God tells you that you have value, and you're in this generation for a reason. You have something to bring to the table. God bless. I got something for you today that I hope really encourages you, and it's this. If you have been going through a really hard time, and you've been wondering if God even cares about you, I want to encourage you with something very simple, and it's this. There's an enemy who wants you to die. There is an enemy that is out to steal, kill, and destroy, and he wants to take your soul. But here's the good news. There's also a God who will take those same circumstances. He will take those attacks from the enemy, and what the enemy means to destroy you, God will use to construct you. Trust the process. Just trust the process. Follow Jesus. Your character will be constructed in such a way that His presence will be undeniable in your life. God bless you. Have a great day. If you're someone who wants to speak in front of crowds, who wants to preach, or who wants to present, you need to ask yourself some simple questions before you prepare. And here's the simple questions, and I keep them in my Bible to remember these questions when I prepare to speak to people. And they're on this little note in my chicken scratch writing, and here's what it says. What do they, the audience, need to know? Why do they need to know? What do they need to do? Why do they need to do it? And how are you going to help them remember? So when you're speaking, when you're presenting, when you're trying to communicate with people, I want to encourage you to think through those questions and come up with a phrase that pays. Something that's going to help them remember. Something they can take and put in their back pocket, and when they need it, they can take that phrase out and they can apply it to their life. That's what they need. I hope this encourages you, and if you're a young communicator, let me know if this was helpful. God bless. What is the church? Is the church a building? Is the church a place that people gather? Is the church something that happens on Sunday? Those are modern definitions we have for church, but church is actually something called ecclesia, which means a gathering or assembly. You are the church whether it's on Sunday or not. It's not about a building. It's not about a place.
It's about a people. The church is a people you know, a people who help you grow, not a place that you go. God bless. I hope that's helpful.